Macy Barber est classée cinquième à 125 livres. Tout juste devant elle, au quatrième rang, se retrouve Erin Blanchfield. Duel donc crucial entre ces deux combattantes ce samedi sur les ondes de TVA Sports 2. On a la chance de s'entretenir avec Cold Blooded Erin Blanchfield. Merci d'être là. Comment ça va?
Of course. I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Compelling matchup. The division is so interesting right now. So, first of all, how big is this fight for you, but for the division as a whole?
Yeah, I feel like this fight's huge for me. I feel like every fight I've taken, like it's the next biggest thing. And I think for the division as well, I think with not necessarily like a completely clear next title contender, I think with a really good performance on Saturday that I could put my name back in that hat.
Yeah, the win matter, but the fashion of the way you're winning is important as well.
Yeah, I think how I win Saturday, like getting a really good finish, an exciting finish, I think is more important.
Since I'm in Montreal, I have to ask you: did you watch UFC 315? I guess you watched it pretty closely. What did you think of the championship fight, but also Natalia Silva and Jasmine Jasdevicius, how they performed?
Yeah, no, I did watch that closely. I think Silva had a really good performance against Alexa. She definitely was like outpointing her, like using her style to her advantage. And oops, sorry. Um, and with Manon and Valentina, I thought Valentina did a very good job. I think she looked like right back to her old self. She was countering really well. Um, just kind of, she was kind of outclassing Manon there.
What do you think of Zhang Weili maybe coming at 125?
I can see that happening. I know there's been a lot of media hype. I'm not sure if Wei Lee's going to want to vacate her 115 belt and come up to 25 because I know the UFC's been doing that a lot because now she'll have to only fight 25ers. So yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see what happens.
What kind of fighter are you? What kind of person are you? Because obviously the goal is always the title fight, but you can't control everything. Obviously, if Wiley wants to go up, you cannot deny UFC cannot deny her a title shot. So is it tough just to I have to talk about title fight, but not being fully in control, or do you think to just forget that and just do your thing?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I feel like I've been good about now, like not really caring and doing my thing. I take one fight at a time. And they're big fights for me too, like main events and like headlining these cards, which I think is really special too. And something I've always wanted to do. So I try to focus on that and focus on the fight that's ahead of me. And I know titles and like accolation, like achieving those kind of things will
Mm.
come.
And you're still so young in your career. Is it going faster than you expected in the beginning?
Yeah, I would say like especially a year or two ago when I first fought like my first main event against Andrade, I felt like that felt very fast. Like I think I was like 23 at the time. But I feel like the experience against very high level opponents has only made me better. Um, and yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Speaking of experience and main event fights, do you think it's going to be a huge advantage for you this weekend? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be your fourth 5 round fight. It's going to be your first. Do you see it playing a factor?
I do. I think like my last two fights have won all 5 rounds, and I think that's really good experience for me to like know how I feel going into like those fourth and fifth, like those championship rounds, and knowing how I feel going into them. Like I feel like I had good cardio and I was ready to go. Um, I think that's a huge experience.
What's your relationship, if there is any, with Macy Barber? I saw you spoke about her ability to be in fights this week. The fact that she had to pull out of a few fights. You were supposed to fight earlier in your careers, I think in 2021. So can we talk about the rivalry here?
Yeah, because we were supposed to fight, like you said, back in 2021, and then I was trying to get that fight again, but she said that she doesn't like to fight backwards. She didn't want to fight someone that was ranked below her. And then I kind of disregarded that and I kept fighting, and now I'm ranked ahead of her, which I think is pretty funny, leading into this fight Saturday. Um, so yeah, I think it'll be fun to kind of be able to fight and squash all that and get a win over her.
what's your opinion of her? Because she's a very confident fighter. She's very ambitious as well. She may rub people the wrong way, and there's a line between ambition and confidence, and crossing this line. So, what's your thought on that?
I think she's just trying to build like a persona for herself. I mean, there's a lot of fighters that feel like they need to maybe be something that they're not necessarily. Um, but I feel like I let my fighting speak for itself, and
Mm.
it's done very well for me.
Um, she started so fast in her career, very young as you. You're a little bit younger than her, but when she was starting at 20 in the UFC with a lot of finishes, you were in Invicta, winning all your fights. So, did you have your eye on her at that time?
I mean, I knew who she was at that time because I know the UFC was really behind her, like pushing her for like that youngest champ, like status. So I was watching all her fights. I was watching, I mean, everybody in the flyweight division because I was trying to get there, and get into the UFC. So yeah, I've had my eye on her for a while.
What in your mind could be the biggest difference? What could make a difference this weekend for you to win?
The biggest difference, I feel like, timing and strategy. I feel like, especially at the highest level of fighting, everybody's very good. Everyone's trained a lot. Everyone's ambitious. Everyone's tough. So I think it really comes down to like that timing and technique.
How proud are you of the way you overcame your loss against Manon Fiorot and the way you came back against Rose? Because sometimes the first loss could be devastating, and you responded well. So, are you proud of that?
Yeah, I am proud of that. The Minot fight was rough. I lost all those rounds, and then going into the Rose fight, with Rose being another striker, I feel like everyone thought like, oh, you're done, you're gonna just get beat up again, kind of thing. So overcoming that, and then going into that fight and being able to beat her, like someone that was a former champ and like a legend in the sport, already, um, was huge for me.
And last thing, because you started at 22, I think, in the UFC, or 21, is it tough to grow as a fighter and as a person in the biggest promotion in the world with all these eyes on you?
I feel like it can be a little tougher growing, especially as a fighter, like already in the UFC, because now you're already on the biggest platform in the world and you're trying to improve, at a young age against the best people. But I feel like it's something I was meant for. I already had been competing for so long and I was doing well, so that's why I was able to get into the UFC so young. So I feel like it's the push I needed to really reach my potential.
To quote John Anik, it should be a good one this weekend. I can't wait to see this. Erin, thank you very much and good luck this weekend against Macy Barber.
Thank you.
Voilà pour les commentaires de Blanchfield qui estime elle aussi que c'est un immense combat pour elle qui pourrait l'amener en combat de championnat potentiellement, surtout avec une victoire impressionnante et convaincante cette fin de semaine. Je lui ai demandé ce qu'elle avait pensé des performances des autres aspirantes au titre, notamment à Montréal à l'UFC 315. Jasmine Jasdevicius a été très bonne contre Jessica Andrade. Natalia Silva, selon Erin Blanchfield, a été très, très, très solide, impressionnante contre Alexa Grasso. Et que dire de Valentina Shevchenko, la championne qui a défendu sa couronne, fidèle à elle-même. Elle a carrément neutralisé la Française Manon Fiorot. Il y a peut-être Zhang Weili aussi qui pourrait aspirer au titre, championne à 115 livres, mais Erin Blanchfield n'est pas certaine du tout que la Chinoise va vouloir monter de catégorie. Elle préfère attendre de voir et avant de commencer à faire des pronostics à ce niveau-là. Pour en revenir à son combat contre Macy Barber cette fin de semaine, elle a besoin d'une grosse victoire, donc on le disait, parce que ça pourrait mener à de grandes choses. Mais elle préfère ne pas trop y penser, seulement 26 ans quand même. Oui, le titre, ce serait bien, mais elle profite surtout de chaque moment. Ce sera déjà un quatrième combat final là, pour elle, quatrième combat de 5 rounds à l'UFC à 26 ans seulement. C'est tout à fait sensationnel. D'ailleurs, gros avantage pour Blanchfield au niveau des combats de 5 rounds qui pourraient faire une différence cette fin de semaine. Elle estime donc que cette expérience acquise à un si jeune âge, Blanchfield, ça pourrait faire la différence contre Macy Barber. Il y a une petite rivalité quand même entre ces deux combattantes. Les deux devaient s'affronter en 2021. Le combat avait été annulé en raison d'une blessure à Barber. Blanchfield aurait bien voulu remettre ça dans les semaines suivantes ou les mois suivants, mais Barber a toujours refusé apparemment. Donc là, elle lui remet sous le nez là, que maintenant c'est Blanchfield qui est mieux classé qu'elle à 125 livres et que c'est elle qui dicte un petit peu les termes là, Donc, on sent un petit peu une petite animosité entre ces deux combattantes. Mais Blanchfield dit que l'arrogance de Barber ne la dérange pas du tout. Elle dit c'est un personnage qu'elle se donne. Si ça lui donne confiance, tant mieux. Clairement, il y a un bon contraste là, entre ces deux combattantes. Blanchfield beaucoup plus réservé, alors que Barber laisse parler ses émotions et n'a pas peur de dire vraiment ce qu'elle pense. La différence, ce qui pourrait faire en fait la différence dans le combat de cette fin de semaine, selon Blanchfield, c'est la stratégie utilisée, le synchronisme et vraiment la technique. Là. Elle estime, Blanchfield, qu'elle est meilleure dans tous ces aspects que son adversaire. Elle est fière aussi de comment elle a rebondi. Il y a quelques mois, il y a environ un an, elle avait affronté Manon Fiorot. Elle avait plutôt mal performé, elle s'était fait dominer. Elle aurait pu se décourager, mais non. Elle est revenue très très forte quelques mois plus tard, en juillet dernier, contre en novembre dernier plutôt, contre Rose Namajunas. Donc, c'est ce qui lui donne confiance en fait à l'aube de cet autre duel contre Barber. Namajunas, très très bonne combattante debout, tout comme Barber. Donc, Blanchfield est confiante qu'elle va pouvoir tirer son épingle du jeu. Une autre jeune combattante de l'UFC qui aspire à de grandes choses, qui a tout le potentiel du monde. On va voir ce que ça va donner cette fin de semaine. Erin Blanchfield qui affronte Maycee Barber samedi, 19h, sur les ondes de TVA Sports 2.